Hey, my pretties, it's the Queen of Lions here. Now, welcome to episode 180 in Shadows and Pretties. So, the last episode we talked about was the first Jaws movie. So, I thought, I know I did make it on the recent Shadows and Pretties episode that I would be reviewing Jaws 2, the second Jaws movie that came out in 1978. And it is a sequel to the 1975 movie Jaws. So, since this is a sequel, I gotta say, I really find this to be the best sequel of all the Jaws movies because it's got Lauren Gray, Gary, Murphy Hamilton, and of course it's got Roy Scheider. Roy Scheider did come back to reprise his role as, Chief Martin Brody in this movie. So, I guess with that being said, I gotta really say that I don't really care for Jaws 3D or Jaws for the Revenge. I mean, to be completely honest, the first Jaws movie was absolutely amazing and really well. The second movie, I really gotta say, it's a really amazing concept for a sequel. I mean, most horror movie sequels don't do really good, but if I gotta be honest, this sequel did pretty good. Now, it's not directed by, Steven Spielberg like, the first film was. But this one was directed by Jeanette Schwartz. I think that's how you say the last name. And co-written by Carl Gottlieb. So, yeah. So, this basically the plot of this movie. So, before I go with the plot, because I'm going to basically go through, every single bit of detail on the second Jaws movie, because, yeah, some of you guys probably haven't seen the movie in a long time and would like a refresher. But if you don't want any spoilers, as you have not seen Jaws 2 and you want to be surprised, it's best you click off this video right now if you don't want any spoilers. But I am very sure pretty much all of us have seen the first Jaws movie as well as its sequel. However, though, I don't care for the 3D movie or the For the Revenge. They're just not my cup of tea, I gotta be honest. I know they are the sequels to it, but the plots for it is kind of bland and kind of getting repetitive with, a shark attacking, Amity Island. Yeah, the plots were kind of bland in that one, so it's actually one of the reasons why I don't really care for the third or the fourth Jaws films. Only the first two are my favorites. So basically the plot opens with a new hotel opens on Amity Island. A 25 feet 8M great white shark kills two scuba divers while photographing the wreckage of the orca before heading to Amity waters. So their camera, which took pictures during the attack, gets recovered the next day. The shark then kills a female water skier, and the diver of the boat attempts self-defense by using a gas tank and a flare gun. However, the boat explodes, killing her and severely burning the right side of the shark's face. So a killer whale carcass is found across the beach, and Police Chief Martin Brody believes that the shark is responsible. However, Brody explains the concerns to the mayor, Larry Vaughn, who expresses his doubts that the town has yet another shark problem. Brody then finds the floating debris from the destroyed speedboat and the speedboat's driver burnt remains. Brody calls Matt Hooper for assistance, but he is in Antarctica on a research expedition, so Brody prohibits his 17-year-old son Mike from ever boating out of his concern for his safety. And instead, he lands him a job on the beach as a show of community service. So the following day, Brody watches a beach from an observation tower and causes a panic attack after mistaking a school of bluefish for a shark and shooting it. However, his fears were confirmed when the photos from the diver's camera was processed, and one of them shows a close-up of the shark. When he presents it to the enemy town council, they refuse to believe it's a shark and vote Brody out as police chief. So the next morning, Mike disobeys his father's orders by going sailing with his friends, taking his 10-year-old younger brother Sean with him. Marge and another teen takes Sean with her, and they head out on separate boats, going past a team of divers led by instructor Tom Andrews. Moments after submerging, Andrews encounters a shark. Panicking, he rushes to the surface, causing an embolism. Soon after, the shark, however, crashes the boat of the teenage couple, Eddie and Tina, who have strayed from the others. Eddie falls into the water and gets mauled to death by the shark. Brody and his wife Ellen witnessed Tom's evacuation by ambulance and heard that another diver suspecting something scared him. Deputy Jeff Hendricks, who has taken over Brody's replacement, tells him that Mike went sailing with his friends. So Brody and Ellen, commander of the police boat, aid the reluctant Hendricks just to rescue them. They come across Tina's boat and find her hiding in the bow, and she confirms the shark's presence. Brody hails a passing boat to take the Hendricks. Ellen, Lynn, and Tina take to shore, where the truth is revealed, where they go searching for the kids. Meanwhile, the shark attacks the group, striking one of their boats, causing most of them to capsize or crash into each other. Mike gets knocked unconscious and falls into the water. The only pair whose boat is still seaworthy retrieve Mike, that leaves them inshore to go get help. Sean and the others remain adrift upon the wreckage of the tangled boats, so a Coast Guard Marine helicopter that Brody contacted arrives to tow them to shore. But however, the shark latches to the helicopter's patrons, capsizing and drowning the pilot. The shark then knocks Sean into the water, and Marge is eaten while trying to save him. Brody finds Mike, who informs him of the situation, before Brody sends him to safety. Brody then the others at the cable junction and the island, housing electrical relay station to supplies power to Amity. So the cheering and jumping that greet him attract the shark, which attacks again, causing Brody to maroon the police boat. He tries pulling them out, which instead of hooks the underwater power cables, the shark hits the boat wreckage, sending most of the teenagers back into the water, and they swim to the edge of the cable junction. Jackie Peters, Mike's love interest, and Sean remain on the boats using the inflatable raft as Brody taps on the power cable with an oar to lure the shark towards him. The shark bites the cable, electrocuting it to death. Brody collects Sean and Jackie, and they soon join on the others of the cable junction to await rescue, and thus that the movie ends. I'm very gonna be honest right now. This was actually a really good story, especially with the second Jaws movie. I really do find that it's actually a pretty good concept for, this movie. Now, I really like the fact that it's a great sequel because it takes place, after the first Jaws movie. So, yeah, the filming of this began sometime in June of 1977. However, nearly after a month of filming, Universal and MCA executives disliked the dark subtle tone that the film has taken and wanted more lighthearted and action-oriented story. Additionally, Hancock ran into trouble with Sonnenberg, who suggested Hancock and Tristan that his Sonnenberg's wife, actress Lorraine Gary, aka Ellen Brody, should go on the boat and help and rescue the kids. So, there was a lot of, writing and stuff. So, basically, Martha's Vineyard Island was used again the locations for the town scenes and Emerald Coast that was included in this film. So, like I said right now, I am really glad that Roy Scheider reluctantly returned to reprise his role as Martin Brody in 1977. He had quit the role of Michael Vronsky in The Deer Hunter 2 weeks before the film was started because of creative differences. So I'm really glad that Chief Brody was able to reappear in the second Jaws movie, which was pretty amazing since this film's a pretty damn good sequel, especially with, the fact that it takes place right sometime after the second one. So, with that being said, I'm going to say, I don't really care for the second Jaws, like the third Jaws movie. Sorry about that. Because the third Jaws movie, it just doesn't really make sense. It's pretty much a repetitive plot line to the first two ones. Like, I mean, like, this is not focusing on, Chief Brody or aka Roy Scheider's character or anything like that. And Jaws 4 The Revenge, on the other hand, it just doesn't, make any sense. But however, in Jaws The Revenge, Martin Brody, who is the famous role as a police chief, has somehow died from a heart attack. However, his wife still lives though, and he's still got, Michael Brody and, his and her family. So this one's mainly focusing, like the fourth Jaws movie focuses on Laurie Gary's character. However, though, kind of sucks that, Roy Scheider didn't come back for the third or, fourth Jaws movies. But like I said, I really do think that this movie did amazing, and it's a pretty good movie for how it went out. I do like the concept. I do like how the movie, the second movie was, picks off after the first movie, which, I mean, it's flat out amazing. So, I mean, I really do like how this went out. Although, Chief Martin Brody did somewhat appear in the second Jaws movie, but however, it's uncredited archive footage. So, yeah. So we did get a little bit of a hint that he was in it. So, I guess with that being the case, I really think that Jaws 4 did not as great as the first two. I didn't really care for the second, not second, but God, my brain does not want to work today. I just don't care for the third Jaws movie or for the Revenge, because I preferred the first one as well as the second one, because the first two are pretty good movies. The second one does a pretty good, sequel to the first Jaws movie, which, I mean, it was just perfect. Like, I mean, they should have just, left Jaws after number 2, instead of just sitting there and making the third one or 3D or for the Revenge. But like I said, I mean, people do try to make movies to, make money in that. So, yeah, and to entertain people. So, I guess I cannot argue with there. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, I think this sequel is pretty good. I mean, I haven't watched the sequel in, like, a long time, but I definitely gotta say, it's a great sequel to the first Jaws movie. It's definitely worth it, and I definitely recommend you guys check out this sequel if you haven't. I mean, it's a pretty good damn sequel. If you've liked the first Jaws movie, you will not be disappointed with the second one. So, I guess I said enough right here, because this, that's just all I wanted to talk about. But I definitely gotta say, I recommend checking out the second Jaws movie if you haven't. And yeah. So, with that being said, what did you guys think of Jaws 2? Do you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make Jaws 2 a lot better? Feel free to state your own thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'll be catching you all in the next video. Peace out.